Vegetables are the fundamental to a good meal, right? When most people think about a meal, right? Generally, especially as far as it goes in like America, like a white culture, especially, you think of meat being at the center, right? Because meat is big, hearty, and generally tastes pretty good compared to everything else. However, plenty of dishes around the world utilize vegetables as their primary flavor, and instead use meat as a way to flavor the vegetables. Vegetables are the foundation to every good, healthy, and hearty meal. If you want to be full, if you want to be happy, if you want to be healthy, vegetables generally will help you accomplish that goal. So today, we'll be ranking vegetables. I will rank them off of 3 criteria and place them accordingly. 1, their taste. How do they taste at a baseline? 2, what ways do you make this vegetable taste better, right? Does it work with like a lot of things, a few things? Like where does it lie? 2 or 3, just how much I enjoy it. And 4, a general versatility, right? I think if you're a vegetable that can be used all over the place, you should be ranked higher than a vegetable that's like very niche, for example. So we got just some vegetables ready. First off is asparagus. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of asparagus. I think generally if asparagus is in a dish, I'd rather it just be broccoli. But that's just me personally. The taste is overall like pretty lackluster. That's the same as for most vegetables. I think it really shines with like chicken because of like how harmonious most of the seasonings are. The image has lemon, and I do agree. I think lemon asparagus is pretty good. It's not the best. I think it works pretty well with like beef as just like sustenance. Like if you need a lot of fiber, it's pretty good with that. But like most of it is like, or a good portion of it is inedible, or like to begin with, and like it kind of gets floppy. It to me it just always feels like worse broccoli or like worse celery even, or like a worse green bean, which is really hard. So I'll put it in like C tier. I don't think it's like D tier. I'll make this F tier. Hang on, let me fix the F tier real quick. There we go. Bell peppers. I do love bell peppers. I think generally they, like most people do mess up though, because they're very watery. And so if you do not account for the moisture, most of the time your food will end up being soggy and disgusting. But if you ignore that, the non-green bell peppers work really well with like uncooked. And I think the green ones do need to be cooked down in a dish. They work well in like Mexican food. They're pretty like all overall versatile. Generally like a bell pepper can sub for like another pepper. It's not the greatest, but it can. I think bell peppers are very solid. I'll put them in B tier. I do like them more than asparagus, which I think is like mid tier, substantially more. And I do eat them on like a far more regular basis. Next we got broccoli, and I was just glazing broccoli. Broccoli, I think, is the most hated hated vegetable for no reason. Like, every time that I'm at like a good Chinese restaurant, good American Chinese restaurant, they'll have a large amount of broccoli dishes, and that's just because broccoli is such a good flavor sponge. If you have a sauce that's like, I don't even know like where the baseline stops. If you have a good like pan sauce, like I think like ketchup would go pretty bad with broccoli, but like a sauce with like some form of umami paired with broccoli, you have a delicious dish. Like beef and broccoli works so well for a reason. Other than that, broccoli has a very good nutritional like breakdown. It's green, so bonus points. It looks good on the plate. You can eat it raw, and it's not the worst. It's not my favorite, but it's not that bad. I think broccoli is our first S tier. Like everyone will hate on broccoli, but like it's really good, like with stuff, like phenomenal with stuff. If I'm ever having like if I'm making like a chicken or like meat-based dish and I'm having like a pan sauce, one of my first vegetable go-tos to like add something to the meal will be broccoli, just because it's so good with like absorbing the sauce. It helps kind of like break down on how like tough it is. Next we have Brussels sprouts. Again, most vegetables are hated on for no reason. I think Brussels sprouts is one of those. They're really good, like fried in olive oil and just baked. They're really good as like an alternative to like if I'm having like, or if I have to feed a lot of people, right, and I need like a cheap green to add just to like fill space but also taste good, I'll sometimes add Brussels sprouts because they have like a similar enough texture to potatoes and a similar size to like small potatoes to where it works in the mouth. I do quite enjoy them just as is. Little olive oil and salt goes a very long way. I do like them a lot better than asparagus. I think that their upsides are more than asparagus. And since there's no like real alternative that I enjoy more, I'll put them in B tier. I'm gonna assume that this is this cabbage or lettuce? I can never tell. I'm gonna rank this based off of cabbage, which is C tier. It's always just there. Like it has a cool flavor. I do enjoy it in like stir fries. Now I'm thinking about it, I do really enjoy it in stir fries. Like anytime I don't have like a stir fry and it's missing, it doesn't, or I have a stir fry and it doesn't have cabbage, I'm like, wow, something's missing. Cabbage must have gone on hiatus. It's gone. So maybe B tier. Maybe I should like move asparagus down and put cabbage in C tier. Like I think D tiers are middle of the road because there's like very few vegetables I hate. But as I look at the list, I start realizing no. I like kimchi a lot. And cabbage is like primary ingredient in kimchi. I don't know if that's just like the spices or the fact that cabbage carries its weight. No idea. We have very classic carrot. It's one of the very few like noticeably sweet common vegetables. Right, like onions are sweet, but they're also like pungent. But carrots are just like generally in their base form very sweet, which makes them very enjoyable. They work well in savory dishes and in sweet dishes. Not so well in like, I mean, they work with sour stuff, but they're never the best. Like if I'm having a sour sauce, it's generally like paired with something like meaty with a little bit of umami. So like I'd go with like an onion or like broccoli. But carrots do like fill that nice little range. They work on their own with like very sweet stuff. They don't need umami to work, right? They work on their own. You can just roast them and they're pretty good. All in all, I think A tier. I think A tier's fair. They're not like phenomenal, but they work like flavoring soups especially. Cauliflower to me is just like worse broccoli. Like I fucking hate like cauliflower nuggets and shit. Like I can't think of any dish that I like currently enjoy that has cauliflower in it. Like it's just like a flavorless broccoli. Like it's fine, but it's nothing spectacular. Okay, now we have celery. It has like infamy as one of the very few foods that have negative calories technically, because it requires more energy to digest than it gives, which is cool, I guess. But with celery, you generally just end up like eating it with like peanut butter or I know peanut butter and celery is like fairly common. I'm not the biggest fan, but like you end up eating it with like some kind of dip, so the calories just end up like negating. Like you just, it's net calories. So I don't think that's points towards it. It works really well when like simmered in like soups, but otherwise it's like kind of weird. I'm not a huge fan of like the huge fibrous vegetables. I just think that they're like unappealing. If it's simmered in a soup, it's pretty good, but otherwise it's pretty mid. So I'm gonna put it in like D tier. I don't. Yeah, I think it's down. Well, like it's used. Like if I'm making like some kind of like pasta dish, I need like a good mirepoix. I'll like add celery as one of my primary things. It's good in like Louisiana style beans and rice cooking. So I'll put it in like high C tier. It's really good in those scenarios. But it's not like the most widely used. Although, like as I think about it, like it's really really good as a soup ingredient. So I'll put it in B tier, solid B tier. Might move it down to C tier though. Corn. It's good. I'll give it that. But like, it's almost too much sometimes. Like if you're eating something like with corn, it's so like distinct in its flavor that sometimes it gets in the way. I do enjoy me some like good old like Mexican corn. I think that's like really good. I think corn on the cob is a little overrated for what it is, but it's still good. I think it's like same tier as like asparagus. Like in the right context, it's pretty good, but it's not like phenomenal. It's very replaceable. I don't think that I've cooked anything with corn in a very long time, where like corn was like a side dish or a main dish. Plus, it's like kind of expensive now. It's like actually insane. Cucumber, ranking it based off of pickles, S tier. But I'm going to avoid generally ranking it based off of pickles. I will count pickles because it is a pickle-based dish. They're like a nice like bite of water in a salad. However, like a lot of a salad is just a bite of water because most people add lettuce, and lettuce is kind of just water. So it doesn't really do that. It's really good with pickles, I think, because it's so flavorless. Like it has room to like absorb and just like collect all the flavors. But generally, like I would never pick a cucumber. I'll put it in like C tier because pickles are pretty good. What the fuck is that? No, just ignore that. Eggplant, I don't like it. I think it's like weird. It's like in most scenarios it's like weirdly mushy. And I just don't like mushy things, and its flavor just usually isn't even there to begin with. So I tried to do like an eggplant steak, and I was like, that's cool. I'm vegetarian, because I like before going to college, when I had like the liberty of choosing what I eat, I chose to be vegetarian. So I was a vegetarian for like 6 years. So I was like, let me try an eggplant steak. Most fucking disgusting shit ever. Oh my fucking ew. F tier. I hate it. Yeah, I mean, funny penis, haha, but like, come on. Garlic, S tier. Like most everything has garlic. You would be really hard pressed to find like a delicious dish that has garlic, that like doesn't have garlic. Like it's like a fundamental pillar for like Chinese cooking, for like Chinese cooking and like that part of the world. It's not used as much in like, or not used that much. I don't think it's used much at all in Hispanic cooking. So I guess that would be points down, but like any dish is better with garlic. It just has such a nice, lovely taste. It's great in its powdered form, although I don't know if I'm ranking it based off of that. It's great just like literally just roasted, and it's delicious. It works with sweet, salty, savory. Works with like sour. It's so good. Green beans. I think those are green beans, and I guess like its relatives. Never the biggest fan. I don't know. I think it's weird. It's because like Chinese green beans are just like kind of gross to me. Like you just eat like a big log of green, like huh, and like I mean the other kind is just like weird and watery and kind of gross, really. So I'll put it in D tier. I don't like it. I mean, I'll eat it, and I can sometimes enjoy it, but like, meh. Green bean casserole when done right is pretty good though. Like I used to hate it, but I ended up like someone's grandma made it for a party, and I just ended up eating it because I wanted to be nice. It was really good. Peppers. I'm gonna assume, or yeah, chili peppers. I'm gonna assume that this is just encompassing like all hot peppers, and if it is encompassing all hot peppers, immediate S tier. There is nothing I love more than like a kick of spice in a dish. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the fact that I get off the pain or what, but just like if a dish has spice in it, I will devour it easily. Works really good in like sauces, or if you're making like chili and you need like a way to spice it up. I use like poblanos whenever I make like I don't know if you guys know about it, like shakshuka. It's like Northern African, I think it is. Really good. It's very easy to make. I throw a poblano into it, and it's not like a spicy pepper, but like it falls in like the rough ballpark. Or if I'm out, I'll use like green chilies. I love making chili sauce, chili oil. That's really fun. It's really good. I dip everything into it. It's awesome. Chilies are or just chilies in general, S tier. Now I got the leek. My broke boys food right now is leek and potato soup. It's as simple as it is. I just buy a whole leek, roast the leek, and then roast some potatoes and then combine and then mash it. I mean, simplified, yes, but it's pretty good. But other than that, like, I think leeks are pretty mid. They're broke boy food for a reason, but I think they're mid. Yeah, I don't hate them as much as like cauliflower. And thinking about it, like, green beans are good with like a lot of garlic. With a lot of garlic, anything's good. So I don't know. I'm in between. I'll keep green beans in D tier. Lettuce, I fucking hate lettuce. It's not rancid. It's fine in a salad, I guess. But like, it's so much nothing that is kind of obnoxious. It is satisfying like every time you get like a big little crunchy bit of lettuce and you just bite into it. That's nice. That's enjoyable. It's like watery, but like on a burger, it's pretty disgusting. Like it gets like all soggy because the steam of the burger bun turns the lettuce into a flat little leaf shit. So it only works in like a cold situation. Like, so it's just salads. And there's so many other kinds of salads that like don't even use lettuce. Like lettuce is not fundamental to a salad. You can make a salad just no lettuce at all, or I'm like a fan of like adding pasta noodles to a salad, or like I said, just foregoing the lettuce entirely and just pretending like there was never any lettuce to begin with. Mushrooms aren't a vegetable. Mushrooms are like their own category of thing. It's like I mean it is a fungus. Like mushrooms are closer to humans than like vegetables, but we'll entertain it. Mushrooms are S tier. They are like pure umami. It's like a stock cube to go. It's so nice. Like if you want a sauce to have like and as I think about it, I'm gonna move these down because they're just like not like these are just fundamental pillars that make anything taste good. Yeah, it's good. Like they're good roasted on their own, although you do need to know how to do it, right? You need to like first evaporate the moisture out of the mushroom so like they don't stay soggy. Then you can fry them. Most people just fry them straight up, which just leads to like a soggy texture. But they're not bad. It's just texture wise they're weird. But if they're like simmered in a soup. They're one of the things that I put into my potato leek soup, just to like add a little something. I mean, like, these are like if MSG was in vegetable form. Plus, they're cool little, like, fun guy. Haha. Onion S tier. Do I need to say anything? Like, a good portion of every recipe starts out with dice an onion. There are recipes like onionless, but like there's a reason why everything is like dice and onion. Why one of like the first thing I had to do during my internship at a sandwich shop was show them how to cut an onion like 3 or 4 ways. Yeah, onions are just so fun. Like, they work with just about anything. Sweet, salty, say like on their own with something, as a side, as a main, even. You could fry them. Get like blooming onions. You guys ever been to like Texas Roadhouse or Logan Steakhouse? What's the one? Is it Outback? Or what's the one with the deep fried onion? They probably all have deep fried onions, right? I haven't been to them in like so long. But anyways, like, that is delicious on its own without even like factoring in the sauce. Onion rings, or you could fry them and have them like alongside like a grill thing. You have like skewers. You can just like use them as like soup base, stock base, literally anything. Onions just work so well. They're incredible. Got a potato. Staple carbohydrate. You could live off. You guys watch that movie where the guy ate like shit potatoes and just survived on Mars? Like, this man was literally using his poo to fertilize his fields on Mars, and that's dedication. I could never. I could literally never eat like shit. Quite literally too. So I think I'd like the solid B tier. There's a lot of dishes that don't require potatoes. They're pretty mid as well. Like, you gotta like, I mean, a lot of but French fries, dude. French fries are so good. Yeah, potatoes are moved up a tier because French fries are like so good. Like, a good French fry will make my day. Like a French fry and like good honey mustard, dude. I have a little squeeze bottle just full of honey mustard that I just made. I made it at my dorm, and people were like walking by like, "What are you making?" And whenever I said honey mustard, they're like, "Oh, you can buy that at the store." I was like, "Yeah, but this is better." I have that in a bottle, like a squeeze bottle of chili oil. Not a squeeze bottle, but like a little jar. Those are like my two fundamental sauces. If I need something to taste good, and I don't want to like go buy something at a restaurant. Like, if I'm bringing food back, I don't even like eat at Cane's anymore, because like the sauce is like, their sauce is good for fast food sauce, but like the moment you get like a good like homemade honey mustard, because I had like a little umami to it. Oh my god, it's not even close. Pumpkin. I'm gonna be real. I only eat pumpkin like around fall time, because people are like carving pumpkins. I mean, it's fine. Like, it works well in like pumpkin pie, but it's using like the puree. I mean, it's like okay, but it kind of reminds me of baby food. So I'll put it in D tier because it does work, but it just like, it's hard to get it to work. That's squash. I think that looks like squash. It looks like one of the, like, it is a gourd. I just don't know which one. Because of that, D tier. Radish. I like it in like spring rolls, like fresh salads, but I can never have them in huge quantities. It's like a very subtle thing. I do not like them cooked. So I think they're the perfect D tier. If green beans are D tier, then radishes are also D tier. Sweet potato is just a better potato in my opinion. So I'm gonna move potatoes down a tier, actually, and just so I can keep sweet potatoes a tier apart, because I do think that they are a tier apart. And then finally ending it off with zucchini. First off, anytime that I'm having zucchini, I have to cut out the seeds because the seeds will just make everything gross and mushy and disgusting. I think fried in a pan, they're really good. I think any other style, they're just worse than whatever alternative you could choose. In a salad, like just get a cucumber. Even then, cucumbers aren't the greatest. You're gonna like grill them, like an onion works, broccoli even works, like a pepper. They're just not great at anything. I'm gonna put them in D tier. They're not bad. Like I do cook with zucchini a lot, but like it's just because zucchini is like cheap. Like I enjoy zucchini, but if I can afford the alternatives, I'll get the alternatives. Like even like asparagus, it's just like which one's cheaper? Is it asparagus today or is it zucchini today? You know. Anyways, that is the vegetable tier list. Let me know if I missed your favorite vegetable. I might revisit this. There are a lot of vegetables in the world. Might do a fruit tier list soon. Fruit tier list possibly? Who knows? Let me know what you think. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? I'm really curious where like potatoes and garlic, or like potatoes and mushrooms would go, because I feel like these are like two, like you either love mushrooms or you hate mushrooms, and I love mushrooms. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for like taking this small little portion out of your day. I mean, it's really cool. Like if one person watches to this bit, like I am giddy. I am very happy. I just like doing this. Like it's pretty cool. Anyways, have a nice rest of your day. Goodbye.